Oh, hi, oh. What's going on, guys and gals? Today, Barrenlands Howling Desert. I'm doing a bit of a freeze exploit for this one. So these are the daily is dual 3. Those guys do tend to hit a bit hard, so that's why I had to come up with a new sideways development on how to get rid of them. This does open it up to a little bit of flexibility because obviously we still have 3 life points at the end, so you can let 2 enemies through, so bear that one in mind. So there is flexibility here with how much you can let through. As like yesterday, it's a cop-out, I know, but let's make life easy for ourselves. Why be hard? Alright, Myrtle and Texas. You don't need Texas, you can use any standard Vanguard. It's up to you guys. We get Texas for free these days, so I suggest using Texas, but use whoever you like. Standard Vanguard. Armia with skill 1 works fine. Try to avoid using skill 2 because we do need to be a little bit precise about it. Then a split shot sniper, so I'm using Vermeil. As always, guys, if you have blue, use blue. Don't go too wrong with blue poison. 2 single target healers, Gavial and Suzerain work fine. For once, you don't really need to worry about Gavial if you don't like using her. Your healers won't be getting hit, so don't panic too much. I prefer using Gavial, but you can use whoever you like. Suzerain skill 1 is best for this, just because there will be 3 enemies coming down per lane, so you probably want to avoid using skill 2 since it only has 2 uses. An AoE healer comes in handy. You don't need an AoE healer, but again, this is another one of these things where Perfumer's talent, map-wide heal talent, comes in helpful. Just a standard defender. You don't need a standard defender, but it does come in helpful. Like, normally I'd say you can use a guard, but the contracts we're using don't really allow for that, so an arts defender works great just because they can tear something apart, but at the same token, I'm not going to tell you that you can't actually use, I don't know, J, for example, or... Well, actually, no, you can't use specialists either. Well, you can, but it makes life hard. So, just a high damage defender works great. Anyway. Moving on, Aurora, skill 2. So, she is one of our clear-specific operators. The other clear-specific operator is a Gnosis. Now, as always, I say to you guys, try and borrow a Gnosis so you guys can actually get all of your medals. So Gnosis is a supporter. Let's see if we can grab one. We're up to skill 3, so skill 3, Hypothermia. Now, I've tried this with skill 2. You can use skill 2 as well, but skill 3 works best, in my opinion. So we'll grab this one. Last but not least, well, actually 2 last but not least, we have Ethan. Ethan with skill 2, because we really want his bind, just to slow down some units or enemies, and just a throw-in Vanguard just to make sure you've got a spare operator you can throw down to kill one enemy, literally one. Our standard Vanguard should have recycled by then, but it's just to be on the safe side, and you've got a freebie if you want a freebie for whatever reason. So if this helps you out, guys, leave a sub. Helps me out a bunch, and I really do appreciate that. Let's get through this. As I said, we're exploiting a cold debuff, so you guys are going to see something pretty funny if you've never done it before. So, Myrtle in first. And your other Vanguard in as soon as you've got the deployment points for it. So, just here. So, cycle deployment point skills as quickly as you can. As always, results will vary because mastery skills, but do the best you can. The male facing off to the left, as you saw, and we're going to put Armia in here facing up. Perfumer in here facing up, so we can heal these 2. And the male skill as soon as you can, just so we can get rid of this guy that's hammering on this. Armia's skill as well. Hers will be a little less reliable, but it will do what you need it to do. Suzuro here, facing off to the left. Cycle Myrtle skills again. Gnosis Sin up the top here, facing down. And as soon as we can, with Aurora, we're going to put in Aurora last. Aurora, in case you've never used the archetype, she won't actually cycle her skill points up until she's engaged. So that's why I say put her in last. There's no point in putting her in early, because she's not going to do anything. You're not going to get anything out of her. Same thing with Gnosis. Don't cycle his skill straight away. These guys are invisible. You're wasting your time. As soon as the engagement starts, we're going to drop in Gavial. She's got non-deploy skill, so that's going to buff up our Suzuro. And what we're going to do, we're going to use Suzuro's skill just to make sure that Aurora stays going. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, Aurora is absolutely pulling this guy to pieces. Texas skill, Texas out, Myrtle out, Ethan in. And your last defender in here. Now, I do always suggest for this particular one using Durnar with skill 1 because she does a heck of a lot of damage. It's probably the best alternative you'll have to a straight up guard. Now, don't stop her skill because, as I said, it won't start cycling anyway. Just let it sit. Now, it's important to note here, while I've got one of these snipers on the field, don't put any operators in somewhere where there's going to be a sandstorm buffeting them because oops, they will get nuked by these guys. Very nuked. Ethan's skill, Armia's skill, then Vermeil's skill. With this guy up the top here. Keep an eye on him. It's super important we at least kill his shade. If he gets out, it's bad, but it's not the end of the world. So I'll fast forward this because now we're just sort of letting things go. Fast forward again. Alrighty. So Suzuro's skill. Then we're going to go with Gnosis' skill, then Aurora's skill. Make sure Gnosis is going first, because that's going to give you these big numbers. 5,966 with my Aurora. Sweet as. Dunar's skill, get rid of this sniper. Again, Vermeil's skill, get rid of this clone. Skill, skill. As soon as that enemy's down, don't even bother trying to kill this guy, because look at what's happening. He's just going to work his way through Durnar quicker than we can do anything about it. Get rid of Durnar. Let him through. Don't worry about it. Vigna in. 39 of 42. This is it. What you see is what's left. Armia can't attack. Vermeil can't attack. Ethan's done. As soon as we can, skill on Gnosis. Don't worry too much about what's going on here. It is what it is. 1, 2. Throw in your extra Vanguard to sort out this enemy here as quickly as we can, because right now we're on the clock with these blocks. As soon as these blocks go away, shit hits the fan. That's the nice way to put it. Alright, Aurora's good to go. Let's get rid of this guy. There he goes. So it's fairly nice and simple. We are using a freeze. I don't want to call it an exploit. We're exploiting the freeze. That said, if you ever fucking watch this, Caffeine2826, fantastic. Thank you for your noses. Outside of that, guys, I hope this helps out, and good luck.